Hey guys, Jay here from Swordshop.ca, and as you can see, I have a ton of new tournament cutters to show you guys available on our shop right now. So these swords are all manufactured for Swordshop by Swordier. They're all machine made. They fit really well. The quality of them is really high. I've been using a lot of their swords for test cutting for the past year, and I really have had great experiences with them. So I approached them to do a bunch of designs that are custom for the shop. So you can see this is really similar to some of the stuff they'd sell. It's our tournament cutting longsword. This one's absolutely massive, so it's about the size that I would use for Vadi for myself, but still really handles really well, cuts beautifully. You can see like some of the custom details on the grip. It's just like a fantastic machined sword. So I've been test cutting personally since I was like maybe 13. So I don't know how long that is, 20 something years. And what I really appreciated about these ones is they're precision machines. So back in the day, the best that you could get, you know, when I was in my teens was an Albion. That was kind of what everybody looked up to. But the technology has really caught up on these. And it's kind of progressed to the point where like something like this, you just couldn't have gotten back then for the level of detail. So this one's, I think it's about $550 Canadian, which puts it somewhere in the 300s US dollars range. And again, I can get them cheaper and to resell in Canada because we buy a large quantity of them. Then you could even buy from their website. So it has a bunch of our custom features and it'll cost you less than buying direct from China. So it's a win-win. I absolutely love this one. I'll put up the specs and a post to it, but you can see the tip is like actually thin. It has beautiful distal taper and they're all paper cutting sharp. Moving down in size, we have our 1.5-hand sword. Now, a lot of times in tournaments, you'll be cutting with much shorter blades people like using. So I think this one is a 37, if I'm remembering correctly. Again, I'll put the specs up on the website, but it's a blend of a few different ones from their website with some custom stuff that was my own idea too. So it has a beautifully fuller blade. Again, paper cutting sharp. I ended up putting the S-guard on it because I think these just look so awesome, especially paired with a fishtail pommel. Really nice details on the scabbard, and you could, you know, take off the straps, strap it how you want to. But like I said, like you just can't get it for this price. And this is somewhere, I think it's $520 or so. It's somewhere in the cheaper range. Or sorry, it's $485. I remember now, $485. Like that's how much you'd pay a lot of times in Canada for like a cold steel or a Hanway, and a lot of them are not built anywhere up to this kind of standards. It really feels like you're handling something that's very good quality. The Swordshop Tournament Cutting arming sword is just gorgeous. So it has the octagonal pommel on it. And one thing that we added was it has a nice rain guard here with nice leather details on it. You see the Swordshop logo there, but it's a beautiful like broad bladed sword that gives you the profile of you using something for like 133 or very much a medieval sword and buckler style. And then it has a beautiful leather scabbard. Again, all of these are wood core, and they just feel fantastic. So this one's like super light and nimble, but it has enough heft to it that you can just cut beautifully. Again, I've got tons of cutting footage with using these, and they're fantastic. So just like the arming sword, this one's only $420. And I changed the blade a fair bit from the one that Swordier offers, in that it doesn't have like the 2 points on it. I made it more of like a standard profile for a messer. But this one is just like super good. Absolutely nice. And it has distal taper. I think it goes from about 4 or 5 millimeters down to 3 at the tip. So it has a little bit of heft to it at the end, like you'd want for a messer. If you went a little 2-point light, I don't think it would handle with the same chop that you want. But again, it's only $420. Like, I think a lot of you guys that maybe grew up in the era that I did, you don't realize how hard it was to get like decent swords back then. Again, you had to go with like Albion or something really expensive. And these days you can get something like this for only $420. So Canadian, right? So again, that puts it in like the 200 something American, I think that range, right? So just, you couldn't get stuff like this before. You're going to have an absolute blast cutting with it. So all of our swords come paper cutting sharp. I'll just be careful with it so I don't cut myself. As you can see, it just like effortlessly glides through, no problem. I was being careful because I don't want to pick up a nick. It's a little bit late at night here and I can see myself making a mistake. But you're just going to have a blast with these. They're ready to use right out of the box. Super easy to take care of. They come with beautiful scabbards. So if you've been looking for something, if you're like me and you cut every weekend when you go out to the lake or or you're in the yard, backyard. I've been a mall ninja since I was a little kid, and I absolutely love these. So you're gonna have so much fun. You got to get them.